then shortened each stirrup and set the peak right, rebuckled the cheek-strap, chained slacker the bit, nor galloped less steadily Roland a whit. 'Twas moonset at starting, but while we drew near Locher End, the cocks crew and twilight dawned clear. At Boom a great yellow star came out to see. At Duffeld 'twas morning, as plain as could be, and from Mecheln church steeple we heard the half chime. So Joris broke silence with, "Yet there is time." At Ayrshot up leaped of a sudden the sun, and against him the cattle stood black every one, to stare through the mist at its galloping past. And I saw my stout galloper Roland at last, with resolute shoulders, each butting away the haze as some bluff river headland its spray, and his low head and crest just one sharp ear bent back for my voice, and the other pricked out on his track. And one eye's black intelligence, ever that glance o'er its white edge at me, his own master, askance, and the thick heavy spume-flakes which aye and anon his fierce lips shook upwards in galloping on. By Hasselt, Dieck groaned, and cried Joris, "Stay spur, your Rose galloped bravely, the fault's not in her. We'll remember at Aix." For one heard the quick wheeze of her chest, saw the stretched neck and staggering knees, and sunk tail and horrible heave of the flank, as down on her haunches she shuddered and sank. So we were left galloping, Joris and I, past Lot and past Tongres, no cloud in the sky. The broad sun above laughed a pitiless laugh. 'Neath our feet broke the brittle bright stubble like chaff, till over by Dahlem a dome spire sprang white, and "Gallop!" gasped Joris, "for Aix is in sight. How they'll greet us!" And all in a moment his roan rolled neck and croup over, lay dead as a stone. And there was my Roland to bear the whole weight of the news which alone could save Aix from her fate, with his nostrils like pits full of blood to the brim, and with circles of red for his eye-sockets' rim. Then I cast loose my buff-coat, each holster let fall, shook off both my jack-boots, let go belt and all, stood up in the stirrup, leaned, patted his ear, called my Roland his pet name, my horse without peer, clapped my hands, laughed and sang, any noise, bad or good, till at length into Aix Roland galloped and stood. And all I remember is friends flocking round as I sat with his head twixt my knees on the ground, and no voice but was praising this Roland of mine, as I poured down his throat our last measure of wine, which the burgesses voted by common consent was no more than his due, who brought good news from Ghent. My first thought was, he lied in every word, that hoary cripple, with malicious eye askance to watch the working of his lie on mine, and mouth scarce able to afford suppression of the glee that pursed and scored its edge, at one more victim gained thereby. What else should he be set for with his staff? What, save to waylay with his lies, ensnare all travellers who might find him posted there, and ask the road? I guessed what skull-like laugh would break, what crutch gin write my epitaph for pastime in the dusty thoroughfare, if at his counsel I should turn aside into that ominous tract, which, all agree, hides the Dark Tower. Yet acquiescingly I did turn as he pointed, neither pride nor hope rekindling at the end descried, so much as gladness that some end might be. For, what with my whole world-wide wandering, what with my search drawn out through years, my hope dwindled into a ghost not fit to cope with that obstreperous joy success would bring. I hardly tried now to rebuke the spring my heart made, finding failure in its scope. As when a sick man, very near to death, seems dead indeed, and feels begin and end the tears, and takes the farewell of each friend, and hears one bid the other go, draw breath freelier outside, since all is o'er, he saith, and the blow fallen no grieving can amend, while some discuss if near the other graves be room enough for this, and when a day suits best for carrying the corpse away, with care about the banners, scarves, and staves, and still the man hears all, and only craves he may not shame such tender love and stay. Thus